Let's go through the holidays. Rosh Hashanah, Shofar, all kinds of different dishes that we're supposed to eat, and fruits and shechiyanu, etc. Now, in Kippur, obviously, it's completely different. Sukkahs, we build a sukkah with the lulav and esrog and a lot of activity. Some decorate the sukkah. A lot of action, a lot of changes. Pesach, starting a month or two before Pesach, we already think of Pesach. The cleaning, the preparation, and then the matzahs, and then the moreh, and the seder. I mean, the whole house is changed different than the whole year. So every Yom Tov has a lot of customs attached to it. Shavuos, which I think is the most important Yom Tov of them all, zilch, nothing. Oh, barely a little bit of cheesecake. Why is that? Why isn't there any really symbolism and customs to emphasize the importance of that day? And in fact, I think it's the most important holiday. And I'll tell you soon why. But before we do that, let us say Tehillim of King David. And David is so related to Shavuos. He passed away on Shavuos. So, chapter 100, Mizmor l'soidori l'Adonai kol haaretz ivdes Adonai b'simcha boi lefanav b'nana duk Adonai hu Elohim. Hu asanu v'lo anachna am b'tzei marisa b'lo yisharu b'soidach hatzroisa b'sila. Hoido lebachu shemo ki tov Adonai le'lam chazda v'yad doir v'doir emunasoi. And obviously, tzedakah, important. With our prayers for the hostages, for the soldiers, for the well-being of all of Klal Yisrael, wherever we are all over the world. So today, Erev Shavuos. Let us think for a moment, what's the Yom Tov of Shavuos? What it is? We received the Torah. That's why we became the Jewish people. That's the wedding day. We married God. God married us. We stood under the chuppah. The mountain was the chuppah. There was a light show, thunders, lightning. There was no photographer, though. And there was no caterer. Actually, not only was there no caterer, there was no meal. To the point that when they came home, they couldn't eat anything. Why do we eat dairy on Shavuos? Because they found out that all their utensils, their whole kitchen is treif. They're not kosher. They didn't have kosher food prior to Matan Torah, prior to receiving the Torah. So they came home. The only thing they were able to get is a little bit of dairy, a little bit of milk, which didn't take much preparation. So that's why we eat dairy. But the Yom Tov is all about what? We received the Ten Commandments. Not just the Ten Commandments, we received the Torah. We became a Jewish nation. So, if not for Shavuos, there would be no Yom Kippur, there would be no Pesach, there would be no Chanukah, there would be nothing, there would be no Jewish people. Yet, gar nicht. We don't make a big fuss of it. Unfortunately, I sometimes call it the stepchild of the holidays. In Israel, 1 day. That's it. We, out of Israel, we get 2 days. Like every Yom Tov, we get an extra day. But there has to be a reason. Why is it so lacking of customs of symbolism? And the answer is exactly that. If we think about it, the Ten Commandments, there's nothing new there. Most of them we knew, we already did it. We already believed in God. Respect for parents, we already knew. Not to kill, not to murder, not to do incest. All this was already 2,500 year practice or knowledge about it. Right? Honest in business, we know about it. Yaakov Avinu was telling Yisro, be honest. Cain was punished for killing his brother, etc. Most of them they were told. Yosef was very respectful to his father. So, but the Torah was not. The Ten Commandments, the revelation of Sinai was not about teaching us something new. It was about creating something new. At that moment, we, Bnei Israel, people came out of Egypt, descendants of Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, those who were there. In other words, those descendants, children of Yitzchak, children of Yaakov, came out of Egypt. We now became a new entity. We became a new people. We became a Jewish people. Till now, we were Hebrews. Our being was a temporary by choice. Now that we received the Ten Commandments, now that we stood on Mount Sinai, where Yered Hashem el Har Sinai, God fused with us. We became one with God. This has no symbolism. This is the essence. This is who we are. You can't make a picture of essence. And therefore, actually, it's one day originally emphasizing that oneness, the unicity with God, the oneness with God. That's what Shavuos is. And let us hope that this Shavuos, tonight already, we will be in the Beis HaMikdash in the ultimate oneness. Good Yom Tov. And let me remind you, if Chas v'Shalom is still not in the Beis HaMikdash, make sure each and every one of you is tomorrow in the synagogue to listen to the reading of the Ten Commandments.